Hey guys, it's your girl Nosh. How's it going? How's it really going with you? I hope everything is good. Tonight we're going to get straight into it, and we're just going to revisit something that most of you probably are already dealing with right now. And I think this is just a reminder and encouragement to keep going, because if you found this video, you're more than likely in a part of your life or a stage in your life where you've put up boundaries, and people are probably making you feel bad for it. So tonight, I want to talk to you guys about when you should stop explaining yourself. When you stop explaining yourself, everything actually starts to shift, okay? So there comes a time and there comes a point where explaining yourself is literally keeping you stuck. And like I said before, we want to make this year about you choosing yourself. So the biggest thing you can show the universe is that you're choosing yourself is when you stop explaining yourself. And I know for some of you, this may be hard because you really want to make people feel comfortable. You really care. You really are passionate about making people feel good. You don't just want to shut people out. You don't want to hurt people. But if it's hurting you, then that's not good. That's not good at all. So what we want to do is we want to help you. And when I say we, it's myself, your spirit guides, your ancestors, because it takes a village. We want to help you understand that when you stop explaining yourself, this is when you actually see things shifting in your life. Like if someone calls you up and you really don't want to go out, like tonight is a perfect night. It's Friday. It's cold outside. We're in the middle of winter. Many people are out doing their thing, that's fine. But if you don't want to go out and you don't want to participate in anything, you want to put on a movie, and you want to relax, you want to order in, you're absolutely allowed to do that. And you literally don't have to explain yourself. When someone calls you up and says, hey, you want to go out, blah, 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 you can say, no, you know what, I'm just going to stay home tonight. Oh, why? Why do you want to stay home? Because I want to. That's it. That's all you have to say. You don't have to explain yourself, because you have to understand when you start justifying yourself to other people, that's where you lose your own self. And we don't want you doing that. We want you to maintain your self-dignity. We want you to maintain your self-respect. We want you to choose yourself, love yourself. And how are you going to show the universe that you love yourself? You're just going to be like, you know what? I don't think I need to explain why I don't want to go out. You don't even my categories, he's like, You don't have to be like, oh, it's cold outside. It's this, it's that. I'm really tired from. No. The more you talk, the more energy you're wasting. When you could be using that energy to put some comfy socks on, put your favorite pajamas on, throw a robe, right? Put a robe on top, get into your comfy blanket, throw on your favorite show, or put on a movie that you haven't seen yet. You've been working all week. You need to relax. Sometimes going out isn't everything. Sometimes being around people is not it. Especially if you're choosing a journey of spirituality, because this is what you're doing, right? That's why you're here at this channel, right? Because this channel helps you understand what the spiritual journey is. The spiritual journey is not an easy one. This is where it actually becomes hardcore, where you have to choose yourself. While everyone else around you is too busy choosing noise, you want peace, right? So if you want peace, you can't say you want peace and then you're out with people. Where are you going to find that peace? Peace comes from solitude. I kid you not. When you learn to sit with yourself, you will see the peace and you will feel the peace. And then you can carry the peace on when you go outside. Okay? I feel like a lot of people don't understand that though. Like, silence isn't avoidance. It's completion. You know what I mean? You don't need, like I said, you don't need to explain anything to anyone. And there are going to be people around you that are going to get upset about why you aren't explaining why you aren't talking to them, why they don't have the answer from you. Like, like I said, like if someone calls you up and says, hey, let's go out. And you're like, no, I don't want to. And then you're like, you know what? You go have fun and I'm just going to be home. Automatically, it's going to be like, what's wrong with you? Nothing has to be wrong with you to want to stay home. You have to understand the person that says to you, you know what? Yeah, stay home and relax. That's actually a good idea. You had a long week. You've been going through a lot. Just hang out at home and relax. Do you want me to come over and keep you company? We'll both relax together. That's a good person. If someone gets mad at you because you don't want to go out with them, someone gets mad at you because you want to take some time to yourself, that should tell you right there that this person was just trying to access your energy. A lot of people do that. A lot of you listening to this video tonight, you guys are very special beings. Your energy literally radiates, and this is why people want to be around you. You ever find yourself going somewhere, right? And then everybody wants to know who you are. Everybody wants to sit next to you. Everybody notices you. Everybody stares at you. That's not you, my love. That is your energy. But you have to be careful with that because a lot of people will come in just to siphon that energy. And your energy stops leaking when justification ends. So like I said, even you explaining to somebody why you don't want to do something or why you feel the way you're feeling, you're leaking your energy. And that's why I'm saying it over and over. If you're here listening to this, you're probably going through that right now where you're just so done. You're done with giving people your energy. You're done explaining yourself. I mean, I personally think you never should have been explaining yourself, but if you're here, welcome. Hi. Sit down, relax. There's nothing wrong with you choosing yourself. And if people think your silence is not right, it's mean because you're not letting them in your life anymore, you're a villain now, then hold the title up proudly. You don't really need everybody up in your business. You don't really need everybody knowing what you're doing. That's why over and over I tell you guys, keep to yourself. There's a point where we come to in life where we don't need to be around people. We need to be around our own energy. We need to be in our own space. Sometimes when you're in your own space, that's when the best ideas come because there's no noise. Okay? And you'll notice some people will react really negatively towards you when this access from your energy is removed. They'll start talking about you. I'm not even kidding. And I'm not even trying to put this in your mind. But it's true. They'll start talking about you. Oh, she don't come out no more. He don't come out no more. He don't talk to us no more. And your point, like I said, a person with a healthy mind frame will say, you know what? They probably need time alone. You know, when they're ready, we'll be here. That's where you need to discern the people that are ready for you to come out when you're completely peaceful. And then there's those people that want you to come out because they just want to siphon your energy. They just want to, oh, I love your energy. I love being in your energy. Oh, I just want to have a good time with you. What about your good time? What about your peace? What about your sanity? I mean, there's even people in the world that will literally just want to be around you so they can emotionally dump all their trauma, all their stress onto you. And then when it's time for you to talk or for time for you to unload your stress and your trauma, they're not even paying attention. This is the time period for you to understand that. And knowing that is clarity that this is a person I can speak to because we have a balanced relationship in a sense where I talk, they talk, I listen, they listen. We are too old in this game to be giving away our energy so freely because energy is actually the most expensive thing. Everybody thinks it's money. It's actually energy. So tonight, understand that if you don't want to go out and you don't want to do anything, that's absolutely fine. And you don't have to explain to anybody why you don't want to do that. Very simple. You don't have to answer the phone. You don't have to answer the text message. And if people think that that's mean of you, then let them think what they want to think. If there's a party this weekend and you really don't feel like going, I always tell people this: listen to your intuition. Your intuition will tell you whether you should go out or not. And especially right now with the type of times we're living in, I honestly think it's best to stay home. That's just me. Maybe that's the old lady in me talking. But give time to yourself. Read that book that you wanted to read. Listen to that album you wanted to listen to. Watch that show. Watch that movie. A lot of people, honestly, don't have hobbies. Okay? Don't have hobbies. They don't feel passionate about something anymore. There used to be times where people used to come home and throw on a record, get a glass of wine, and they would just relax and chill to listening to a record. There's some people that still do that. I myself am one of them, where my favorite artist will put out some music and I literally can't wait to get home to listen to it and just relax and unwind. Or there's a show that's out and I'm really been looking forward to watching the 3rd season of it. Or there's a movie that, how Netflix tells you movie coming out Friday, movie coming out Saturday, whatever, remind me. I got so many reminders on Netflix, it's ridiculous. Like, I can't wait to get home and watch that movie. And no, I'm not boring. No, I'm not loser. No, I'm not loser. I am just a person who loves myself and my company, and I love to pamper myself. I'll order some nice, takeout, put that movie on, and just relax. And some of you who have significant others, you can relax with them. You don't always have to go out. You don't always have to exhaust yourself by trying to make other people happy. Because most of us extroverts that are really introverts, and I'm going to explain that to you what that is. That's what I am. I'm an extrovert, but I also like to be an introvert. There are times where I don't mind socializing. I don't mind talking. I don't mind being the center of attention. But then there's time I want to be left alone, where I want to just be in my own space, be in my own self. And when I started balancing that, I started feeling better. Like, I knew when to say no, and I knew when to say yes. So when my body felt like saying no, right? Like if I get, called out, like, hey, you want to go out? You want to do this? You want to do that? I check my body temperature. How do we feel? Do we want to go out tonight? Yeah, no, it's cold outside. Don't want to go. The crowd is too much. I don't think I want to be around that crowd. I make my decision right there. Nope, I'm going to stay home, guys. You have fun. I actually got invited out to a party and I said, no, I'm good. They're like, oh, why? You're going to miss out? I'm like, no, actually, I'm not. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to miss out. You go ahead, have fun, and then tell me how it was. And I'm so glad that my friends are not the pushy type because they know how I am. And they're like, all right, well, maybe next time you want to come out and hang out with us. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Definitely in spring. Okay, come meet me in spring. I'll be out. When the temperature's 50, 60 degrees outside, I'll be out there. I'm like a bear in the winter. I hibernate. I stay inside. Work, home. That's it. It's too cold. Too cold for my bones to be outside. So I hope you take this message as, I'm not telling you to isolate yourself, but sometimes we do need to isolate ourselves. We do need to hibernate. We do need to become the hermit in a sense. So if you find yourself listening to this video, maybe it's time for you to give yourself that time and space to decompress, to relax, to find your peace. Okay. I hope you do. And then, see where it goes from there. And understand that you don't have to explain yourself. If you don't want to do something, you definitely don't ever have to explain yourself. Okay? I hope this video finds you with love. I hope that this video finds you with positivity. I'm very grateful if you're listening. I just want to say, whatever energy that is sent to me through this video, whether it's love, negativity, anything, I send it right back to you with peace, love, and light, like always. Till next time, guys. It's your girl, Nosh. I'll see you later.